Let me tell you a story, and while I do, keep your eyes wide open. Hidden in the background of this story are special clues that could win you a Benny prize. These clues will lead you to a real place in the United States that Benny Bonaventure Bright discovered on one of his adventures. Are you ready to solve the mystery?
Hear ye, have you heard?
Hear ye, have you heard?
About a bee named Benny, spread the word.
About a bee named Benny, spread the word.
It was that magical and mysterious time of year when the air started to feel cool and crisp, and the leaves were changing colors and falling from trees. Porches glowed with pumpkins, and up in the attic of the white wooden cottage, the holiday characters were hard at work. Well, most of them anyway. The reindeer was jingling as he shined his sleigh bells. The Easter bunny was just beginning to sort his eggs, and the leprechauns, they were darting between boxes and costumes and giggling as they played their favorite game, hide and seek, in the holiday decor. But just then, rustle, thunk, kerplunk, a stack of cardboard boxes wobbled, teetered, and fell to the floor, sending a cloud of dust into the air. The contents of the box spilled out. The characters froze. From a distance, Skelly the skeleton could see the fabrics, colors, sparkles, and more, things he didn't recognize. Skelly, always curious, shuffled his way over to look inside. He tugged open the flaps of the box and peeked in. His eye sockets widened. "What is all of this?" he whispered as he reached in. First, he pulled out a long red cape with shiny gold stars. Is this a blanket or a superhero flag? Next, he found a giant pair of bright green fuzzy feet with claws. Are these dinosaur shoes or slippers for a giant? Then a pirate's eye patch. An eye patch for one eye with a picture of me? He tossed it aside and pulled out a sparkly black dress with tattered sleeves. Fancy, maybe for flying. Skelly went on to find a rainbow-colored wig, a fairy wand, and more. With each new item, he tilted his head and wondered. Although Skelly came out at Halloween time as holiday decor, he had never understood Halloween. Just then, Benny zipped down and landed right beside Skelly. He had been watching Skelly as he rummaged through the contents of the box. "Hi, Skelly. It looks like you found the Halloween costumes." "Halloween costumes?" Skelly asked. "Is that what all this is?" "Yes," Benny replied. "Every year at Halloween, kids and even some grown-ups dress up in costumes and go trick-or-treating." Skelly tilted his head again. "Why do they dress up, and what's trick-or-treating?" Benny zipped down and landed on the edge of the box. Halloween is a special time when kids dress up as whatever they want. Pirates, princesses, pumpkins, and even skeletons or bees, Benny explained. On Halloween night, kids walk from house to house with big smiles and candy buckets in hand. They knock on the door or ring the doorbell, and when someone answers, they say, "Trick or treat." Then the neighbors give them candy just for stopping by. Skelly's jaw dropped open in excitement. "Wait, there's a whole night just for spooky stuff and candy? That sounds amazing. Can I wear a costume and go too?" "I suppose so," Penny smiled. Skelly began sifting through the costumes again. He tried on the witch's hat. "The hat is too wobbly." Next, a pirate hat and an eye patch. "The patch won't stay on," he said. Then he put on the clown wig, too floppy and too itchy. Skelly sighed and plopped down on the attic floor. The pile of costumes was as tall as he was. None of these seem to work. Maybe I just won't go trick-or-treating after all. In that moment, Benny's stinger began to glow. He buzzed into the air, zipping left and right, then spun into his signature wiggle dance. "Here it comes," Benny said with joy. Wings ready, heart steady, buzzing bright and shining light. "It's time to use my superpower. Be you." Benny floated down and said to Skelly, "Sometimes we think we have to be funnier, spookier, or flashier just to fit in. But you, just as you are perfect. You're friendly, fun, and full of spirit, just like Halloween." Skelly looked down at himself and grinned. "I do kind of like being me," he said slowly. "I mean, I'm already a skeleton. That's already Halloweenish, right?" "Exactly," said Benny. "You were ready for trick-or-treating all along." Skelly stood tall and proud. Benny helped him recognize the importance of just being you. "Well, maybe I'll add just this little bow tie." He picked an orange one from the pile and popped it on. "And I think I'll bring a bucket for my candy too." And just like that, Skelly discovered the best costume of all, being himself. Benny's heart gave a little buzz of joy as he watched Skelly join the trick-or-treaters. He was so happy to share his superpower, Be You. Just then, something caught Benny's eye. A squirrel up in the tree, flipping the pages of a tiny book. Well, my friends, I think Benny's next adventure awaits. But wait, did you spot all 7 clues hidden in the background during Benny's story? Text the number in the description, all 7 clues, and the name of the place Benny traveled to on his latest adventure. If you're the first human to text the correct clues and location, you'll win an exclusive Benny prize for this story. Good luck, clue hunters, and get buzzing! And buzz on to Benny the Bee's Facebook page, and Benny will buzz out the winner.
Now Benny's gifts are superpowers.
Now Benny's gifts are superpowers.
Here they are, let's make them ours.
Here they are, let's make them ours.
Be active, kind, and positive.
Be active, kind, and positive.
What a glorious way to live.
What a glorious way to live.
Be a reader and find the facts.
Be a reader and find the facts.
Because being smart is where it's at.
Because being smart is where it's at.
Be tidy, rested, and money wise.
Be tidy, rested, and money wise.
This keeps your mind organized.
This keeps your mind organized.
And always remember to be you.
And always remember to be you.
Because you have a great, unique value.
Because you have a great, unique value.
Now one last thing before I go.
Now one last thing before I go.
Wash your hands like a pro.
Wash your hands like a pro.
Sound off.
1, 2,
Sound off.
3, 4.
Break it on down now. 1, 2, 3, 4.